Hi, how are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Good. You know anything about what's going on yet?
Oh yeah, these are the crews that are arriving back from Fort Myers.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
From the hurricane relief. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So these are the people that return, and they have gone to Fort Myers because there's still a lot of damage there. Hopefully they'll come back and give a report that things are better. Hi.
Hi, I'm David.
Independent. Thank you guys.
No sand on the ground.
How are you guys here for?
We got deployed Wednesday morning and we were there within 4 hours with task force, Florida task force. We met them down at the Hard Rock Stadium, crossed over Alligator Alley, and then went right in. Day 11. Yeah, day 11, we're home.
Oh, you were there as in last Wednesday.
11 days, yeah, last Wednesday. So today's our Wednesday. AmyKohn, Battalion Chief, City of Palm Beach Gardens.
And then you could just look at me when you're talking. So yeah, you guys just got back, and you tell me what all happened the last 11 days.
So last Wednesday at early in the morning, we were notified by Region 7, which is part of the Florida Fire Chiefs Association. They have a CERP program that basically helps out with disaster management. And we were notified to establish a strike team inside of the Region 7 that is made up of 5 rescue trucks that deployed out of Palm Beach County within 24 hours. We were tasked with going to Miami Hard Rock Stadium to meet up with Task Force 2 Urban Search and Rescue. From that point, we went across Alligator Alley early Thursday morning. We went into a staging area in Fort Myers, and within about 25 minutes, my strike team was activated onto the island of Fort Myers Beach, where we spent the next 10 days there. As we were there, we took care of many medical people that were having medical problems from the storm, and some of the tasks we were tasked with moving people out of the disaster area as evacuation. I had one person on there that was with me during Surfside, and then I was one of the first strike teams in for Irma. We were all week judging that, trying to put it into a category, and this here topped Irma. And obviously the portions of what had taken place is as severe as Surfside.
And then how many of you were there? Just this crew? Were they here?
No, so the strike team of Palm Beach County is made up of firefighters from 5 different municipalities and cities. Palm Beach Gardens Fire Rescue with 3 people on it. Myself as a strike team leader and a strike team assistant. Then we have Palm Beach County Fire Rescue that had 3 paramedics. Boca Raton, 3 paramedics. Town of Palm Beach, 3 paramedics. Riviera Beach, 3 paramedics. And the town of Palm Beach, 3 paramedics.
And all of you left last Wednesday and all just got back together?
Yes, we all drove down together to the stadium and then mobilized from there.
You're glad to be home?
I am glad to be home. There is a lot of jobs and tasks that we did complete, but there is years of continuous restructuring. One of the parts that I was tasked with when we went arrival there was building a 911 infrastructure and running their 911 system. And we just gave that back to the county of Fort Myers Beach and Lee County. It was basically assisting their people. They had, the chief and the county administrator have given them days off to go home with their families. Some of their houses were destroyed. So we kind of came in as an assistance and took over so that they could have some personal.
And why was that necessary to do that?
So the 911 system was necessary because on the island they were getting a lot of calls that were repeats of people. One of the ways we found out people were trying to get a hold of authorities was through Facebook. They would say, "We need assistance over here." A lot of the people who sheltered in place wanted after the storm to get off the island. They had no power and no utilities. So we assisted them in the evacuation off the island.
Can you, I don't know if you have any specifics or share them, but like specifically what did you guys do on the ground?
So each strike team was tasked with one of the task forces. So our task force was Task Force 2, Florida, based out of Miami, and many other federal resources came in from Virginia, Ohio, Massachusetts, Texas. And each one of the strike teams, made up of the 3 people in the municipalities that I spoke about, were tasked with one of those task forces. And what they did was they basically went house to house, knocking on doors, forcing entry with tools to get inside to check the property to make sure there wasn't any survivors in there, or to just make sure there wasn't any hazards that were possibly left behind by the storm.
Did you have, I'm sure, a lot of sad stories, but did you have some good stories that you want to share?
We did. We were on scene, like I said, within 24 hours of the storm to stage there, fuel up, get an assignment onto the beach. There were so many resources onto the beach with the task forces that we were just kind of standing around. For about 25 minutes we were standing, and we made the decision to go get fuel. At about that time, a car came up, pulling up, was one of the division supervisors for Florida Task Force 2, and he said, "I need 2 rescue trucks, I have a cardiac arrest." And when we got down to the beach, it was about 4.5 miles away from our staging area. We worked a cardiac arrest on the beach, and we got pulses back. And we did not find out the outcome, but he did have pulses when we dropped him off at the local hospital. So that was pretty good. That was for us kind of a boost that for the morale of what we've seen, and then being able to accomplish that with the other strike teams that were there, because we were continuously working, you know.
Sandiest truck we've ever seen.
I bet. Hey, it's been, after all that time and all that weather, I'm just glad you guys are home safely. Because you get some nice rest. It's well deserved. I bet. They're sandy too. It's not just the truck that's sandy. These poor guys are sandy too. The good news is they're getting the grill ready. And I bet these guys are hungry too. I'm happy that he's getting some food ready. Alright, we're going to get out of here. Alright guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much. Again, you're appreciated. Bye, news lady.